we've looked at the start of the season, in the Premier League season that starts this weekend, where they will have Norwich and Southampton are the two kind of easier games, but then they will be away at Spurs, away at Liverpool, away at Chelsea, and with games at home against Arsenal and Leicester in between. So their first 7 fixtures see them playing, 5 of the other 6 big teams. They're just United that they're not playing.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a start to start with.
Incredibly hard start, isn't it? If you're Guardiola, you're looking at that fixture list thinking one or two things. We've got to get off to a good start, or there's going to be a period after that where we might have an easier run of games. So you wouldn't want to get off to a bad start. It wouldn't be unlike City if they did. They didn't get off to a great start last season, but found a way of coming back and were exceptional. But I don't think you want to let teams like Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Leicester try and get any sort of gap. Because this season of all seasons, I think we're now looking at a 4-horse race. You can add Leicester for a little while, then I think they might obviously fall away because they haven't got the depth of the other sides. But you're looking genuinely now at 4 really strong sides. If you're Guardiola and you're that staff trying to get your players back fit, you want to hit the ground running. You want to play Spurs and you want to try and put them to bed, take them out of the equation very early on, even though it's match day 1. Then try and get through the likes of the Norwich games. But then, like you said, Arsenal, Leicester, Southampton they should win, and then Chelsea and Liverpool.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Unbelievably hard start.
And you'll have an international break in between where players are going to go away. Pretty much all of your squads, apart from maybe 2 or 3, you could get injury. Some players, as we've been saying, coming back late, and they gave them extra rest after the competition for the summer, which is probably the right thing to do. But again, that delays them being ready for this incredible start of the season. And there was a point last season where we said, okay, that's the bad start that they had. I mean, they got spanked by Leicester at home. 5-2. Was maybe down psychologically, maybe to that defeat against Lyon in the final 8 of the Champions League in the quarterfinal, where no one expected them to go out. Certainly not that way. Pep tried again. He's like tactical genius that backfired completely. Yeah. Is there a case that maybe the defeat against Chelsea in the Champions League final in May could maybe have some sort of similar effect psychologically?
I think so early on, until he gets all the players back. I think that's the case. I think that's a good shout. I think for the players that are there. I think what he'll lean on, obviously, if you're Guardiola, you'll lean towards the size of your squad. And he'll lean towards, I think, people like Ilkay Gundogan, who I've been saying for a long time now, he's one of my favourite players. All around Europe. I know what Mbappe does, and I know what Neymar does, and I know what Messi and Ronaldo, and whichever player you love, I understand what they do. But for a player's player, players love people like Gundogan, who can play any position. He can play a 9 out of 10 every single week. All right, he gets 1 or 2 injuries, but not major ones. You know he's got the intelligence to take information. If you're a manager and you're Guardiola, you give him information. You go, I want you to do this today, and I want you to play this position, and I want you to do this, that, and the other. He's intelligent enough to do it. And sometimes he sacrifices himself for the greater good. You can see him playing a false 9. He done that last season. He had his best goal return last season. So early on, it'll be, where's Raheem Sterling? Where's Grealish? Where's Torres going to play? But it'll be the likes of Gundogan, I think. The back 4, I don't think will change too much. Back 5, including the goalkeeper, that won't change too much. But Gundogan's going to be one of those players where Pep will lean on, I think, massively.
And we saw Grealish making his debut, as we said, only 1 training session with the rest of the team before that game against Leicester. He will have a full week now where he can train with everyone and get his fitness level high up and all of that. You would start him against Spurs, right? You would think, with all the momentum from the Euros, I think from the transfer, the excitement, the fact that he's there, he must be dying to start again for City.
Absolutely. I think when the bigger picture comes, when City get to Champions League semi-finals and finals, the argument and discussion would be, does he get in City's best 11? That's a whole new debate. But for a player's point of view, when you've just signed for a new football club, you want to put that shirt on, you want to get some rhythm, you want to know your mates, you want to know what the manager wants, you want to feel the excitement, the buzz in the stadium. I would be stunned if Pep doesn't play him in the first game. I'd be stunned if he doesn't play against Tottenham. I think it has to be a Grealish starting, whatever position he wants to play him in. Is it a false 9? Is it off the left, off the right, a little bit deeper? But he starts for me every single time.
And while they're waiting for Kane, whether that happens or not, and I'm optimistic, but it won't be anytime soon, as in the next 2 days or something. We saw Ferran Torres playing in that number 9 role that he played last season in the Champions League, for example, and did quite well, certainly in the group stages. But he's still a bit lightweight, right, for those kind of games. And Gabriel Jesus only reporting back for training on Monday, so he's not going to be ready for maybe another 2 weeks or something. They would have to find either they find their mojo again of playing with the false number 9, like they did so many times, which might work, no problem. But also, they might struggle for a bit of impact up front if they don't.
They might do, but I see them going false 9. I think Pep's probably looking at this start and looking at the players that he's got unavailable.
Yeah.
And he says, right, how can we, not carry, but how can we get the best start out of the squad of the players that's available? I think if Ferran Torres does play, it'll be off the right-hand side. And I think we'll certainly see, for the first 2 or 3 games, I think we'll see a false 9. Could be Raheem Sterling, he's done that before. Could be Jack Grealish. Could be Ilkay Gundogan, as I said. So he's got enough bodies there to lean on any sort of different system if he wants. He's got enough bodies there. As I said, the back 5 I don't think will change. I think it depends on what he wants. I think Cancelo's the best left back apart from Zinchenko. I don't see Mendy in long term having a future there. So I see Cancelo there. I see Walker at right back. I see Ruben Diaz. I see John Stones, and I see Edison. I think that's their solid back 5.
Yeah. And we saw Nathan Ake with that big mistake as well. So
then I think take your pick. Who do you like? Do you like Fernandinho? Do you like Rodri? So you got a hold a midfield player there. That's going to sit in there for a period of time. And then, as I said, you've got these players that I mentioned to go and play the Guardiola way. And I think he gets through Spurs, Norwich and Arsenal, and maybe up to Leicester, playing a false 9 until he gets the man that he wants, which I think is still going to happen in Harry Kane. I think that's, I wouldn't say inevitable, but I think it'll be done before the season starts. And then you get him up to speed, and then all of a sudden, it's a different animal City then, isn't it?
Yeah,
all of a sudden now you're sitting, it's a bad, it's a difficult start. You haven't got any front men, they might be carrying false 9s. You bring Harry Kane in, he guarantees you 40 a season. All of a sudden, City fans are delighted.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.